morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for the Basecamp demo day. I am Divya, Program Manager at JioGenNext. With this batch, JioGenNext completes 12 batches and 6 years of fulfilling journey of mentoring 145 startups. Also, with this batch, we launched our first remote mentoring program on 20th of July. We saw a record 44 evaluations by RIL and Jio ecosystem for proof of concepts with startups. 62 mentors from RIL and the startup ecosystem generously contributed to guide and inspire our cohort through workshops and one-on-one engagements. I would now like to invite startups from the current batch to showcase their journey with JioGenNext Basecamp program. Firstly, we have Uptime AI. Uptime AI accurately detects and addresses the root cause of equipment issues real-time through historical data analysis in the process and discrete manufacturing industries. Now I would like to invite Jagdish Gattu, founder of Uptime AI, to pitch.
Thank you, Divya, and good morning, everyone. I am Jagdish Gattu, co-founder and CEO of Uptime AI, and we are reinventing plant monitoring in manufacturing industries with our AI-based predictive maintenance solution. Now, we started our journey with a focus on process manufacturing, where there are plenty of sensors and lots of historical data, so that there is no need for additional hardware to start using our solutions. Now, in these industries, if you take an equipment failure or loss of efficiency, we're talking about millions of dollars of lost revenue annually. Majority of the times, the problems we see in the plants are generally the symptoms and the root cause is somewhere else. And in order to address these, there are two aspects. One, we need to predict the problems, and two, we need to fix the root cause. And if you look at the current solutions in the market, the traditional predictive maintenance solutions, they generally focus only on symptoms, and when there is a problem in the plant, generally there are multiple symptoms, which means lots of alarms. And these alarms are then thrown over to experts who then spend weeks analyzing them and then figuring out what to do next. And because of this high number of alarms and lots of manual effort, we generally see these solutions only deployed on 10 to 20% of the equipment in the plant, leaving the rest of the plant exposed. Also, globally, we are seeing that a lot of the experts in the industry are actually retiring at a rapid pace, leaving a gap in the knowledge. Now, on the other hand, we have AI platforms, which are, first of all, they're not meant for plant engineers. They're meant for data scientists and software engineers. They do not have domain knowledge in manufacturing, or they do not have also any workflows, which is why to build a plant monitoring application on these platforms, it's extremely expensive. And that's why 70 to 80% of the customers who are trying these platforms, they're stuck in pilot purgatory. And that's why we started Uptime AI with a vision to create a trusted AI advisor for every manufacturing plant. And we have the perfect team to achieve this. Myself, I bring in 7 years of hands-on industrial data analytics experience and another 7 years of experience managing predictive maintenance software at GE. Wamsi, on the other hand, he's my co-founder and a seasoned engineering leader who is also a successful entrepreneur, and this is his second startup. And Chester, on the other hand, he is a veteran in the industry who has advised over 100 plus manufacturing plants all around the world, and he leads a team of subject matter experts just like himself. And together, we've built our AI expert product. This is the first solution in the market which combines AI, the domain knowledge, and integrated workflows into a single solution. Now, our solution takes input, the sensor data, the maintenance information, and the user feedback to be able to monitor the full plant, all the complex systems in it, predict the problems, explain the issues and the failure modes while continuously learning and keeping it up to date. And that's why our solution is able to come closest to mimicking a human expert while covering the full plant. Now, let's see how we're doing it. Now, first thing is our solution can go beyond the boundary of an individual equipment and monitor a large system. Now, so that when there is a problem in a system, you get one alarm as opposed to hundreds of alarms. Also, because now we can monitor the full plant with less number of models, this is extremely scalable and we can cover the full plant. The second aspect is we have a large database where we understand the equipments, the different types of failure modes, and the mitigation steps, so that we can actually explain what the problems are in the plant in a way that the plant engineers understand. The third aspect is the continuous self-learning, where the solution is monitoring what the users are doing to resolve these issues, extracting the best practices and making them available to everybody in the organization. Because of which we are seeing up to 10 times reduction in number of alarms, in manual effort, in time to act, while giving you 100% coverage of the plant. Now, this is a use case where we're monitoring a large system with multiple equipment, and we're able to predict the problem ahead of time while telling what are the specific equipment within that system which are actually contributing to this problem, and the specific failure modes for those equipment that are contributing to the problem, thereby helping the users understand what is cause and what is impact. And because of this high value and really novel approach, we're seeing significant traction from all around the world, both in India and globally. And we are on our way to deploying our software in multiple plants across the world. Now, our business model is an annual subscription-based model where we charge customers based on the industry and the number of sensors and the amount of data. Now, we have a great plan ahead. If in the audience, if you are a plant operator, I welcome you to try us, see the difference for yourself, get the value for your plant. If you're an investor, we're actually closing our seed round, so we welcome you to join us. And if you have a complementary hardware solution, we want to partner with you. So together, I'm very confident that we can reinvent the plant monitoring landscape. And with that, I want to thank the Reliance team and the JioGenNext team for an awesome program here and the continuous support through these months. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Jack. Up next, we have FreightBro. FreightBro is Shopify for freight forwarders. They increase sales and bring efficiency in freight forwarding operations. Let's hear more about it from Raghav.
Thanks, Divya. Good morning, everyone, and I hope everybody is having a safe weekend. I'm Raghav, co-founder and CEO at FreightBro. At FreightBro, we are a technology platform for freight forwarders across the world. Currently, we are at a rocket ship phase where we have been trusted by freight companies across the world of all sizes. Last year, we moved more than $100 million worth of cargo, did more than $5 million in sales, and have more than 500 customers in 10 plus countries. The problem that we are trying to solve is the export-import ecosystem, especially on ocean freight, is complex. More than billions worth of cargo are being transported on ocean freight on a daily basis, and it involves multiple parties, and the data is unstructured. If a typical cargo owner has to send a shipment from one port to another port, the primary mode of communication and primary mode of visibility in this industry is either email or a telephonic communication. And the freight forwarder, or the company who typically facilitates the movement of cargo, they work on Excel sheets. And even the largest of freight forwarder rely on manual data entry processes. And what we have done is we did a time and motion study for these freight forwarders. More than 50% of the time of a freight forwarder is spent in manual processes, and it takes at least 24 hours to get the first quote to send a shipment from point A to point B. And this has definitely costed this industry. More than $700 million of invoicing errors happened this year, and the exact number is $680 million in 2016. What has FreightBro done to this ecosystem? We have developed a platform specifically for freight companies, freight forwarders, to convert this complex ocean freight industry, something similar to an airline ticket booking kind of a platform. So we are the Shopify for logistics, where we are providing a plug and play platform for these freight forwarding companies to make it as simple as structuring this data and providing an Expedia kind of an advantage. On top of that, we also provide dashboard, analytics, and automate all the Excel, PDF documents, email templates to make it much more simpler for the end user as well. And a freight forwarder in about a week's time can automate their business, can become their own Expedia, and also can integrate with their partners seamlessly through our platform. Why is FreightBro different from others? So it's not just the traction or the business model that's making us different. Even though this industry is not rocket science, this industry requires a lot of experience. So we have more than 100 years of experience in freight forwarding and logistics. So our core team come from key companies like Maersk, CME, CGM, DHL. I personally have spent close to a decade in working in technology as well as freight forwarding companies like DHL and Panalpina. And we have more than 60 employees supporting us. and in 2 offices, Mumbai and Chennai. We are also supported by great advisors and investors, and we have raised more than $3 million, and a recent round being a pre-Series A round. And in our pursuit to become the global platform of choice for freight companies across the world, we are raising our Series A round, and not just with respect to the platform, but we are building the overall ecosystem. We believe the future of freight forwarding and even the future of supply chain is going to be a data centric. We are entering this market by providing a platform for freight forwarders, but we believe this entry will get us to providing data solutions for the overall ecosystem by integrating with financial operators, integrating with the road transportation players, and even the port authorities for that matter. And with respect to the JioGenNext, I thank Sri Neeraj Ambani and his team from RIL Logistics for giving their valuable feedback. And also I thank Ame and team in supporting us in this dream journey forward. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Raghav. As video streaming grows exponentially in smaller Indian cities and towns, Wadu solves the problem of latency and rising bandwidth costs by using peer-assisted streaming. I would now like to invite Ankur Singh, founder of Wadu.
Hi, I'm Ankur. I'm the CEO of Wadu, and we're solving challenges in video streaming using peer-to-peer streaming and AI. 85% of internet traffic is videos, and the growth is driven by massive consumption of videos on OTT, live video, and on social networks. This has put immense pressure on video streaming platforms. Video streaming is expensive due to high bandwidth consumption. Users face buffering due to scalability issues, especially relevant in live streaming, and video infra that supports delivery of videos online has geographical limitation. Areas away from these servers face significantly more buffering for users. CDNs are basically caching servers to help you distribute your content online. We allow users to view and distribute content at the same time, thereby reducing the load on the CDN. We do this using a plug-and-play solution, which also does edge-based compression to reduce the total bandwidth consumed. We are a SaaS play solving 2 issues, reducing latency for users and bandwidth costs for companies. In terms of benefits, we are able to reduce bandwidth by up to 90% and reduce the latency in the range of 25 to 40% for the users. We are hyper-compatible across video platforms, players, as well as codecs, and we are a plug-and-play solution which can be easily integrated in the app and website in less than 30 minutes with 20 lines of code. In less than 3 months of launch, we've seen significant traction. We're running pilots with JioCinema and Network 18, and we're working with 40 developers from 10 countries and have seen bandwidth savings of up to 90%. Video streaming is huge. It's growing exponentially. The market is going to be $72 billion by 2024. The TAM includes the spending on hosting, CDN, and streaming technologies. We are a pay-as-you-go model, a usage-based SaaS. Initially, 20 GB is free as part of the free tier, and as you scale up on higher volumes, you get discounts. We want to grow non-linearly, and for that, we're developing partnerships with platforms and CDNs to scale fast, bundling up with OEMs and video players to bundle and sell. We're the only solution that scales significantly at low bandwidth. We're optimized for mobile internet connections. We are 6x more scalable for live streaming, and we are able to reduce latency by up to 40%. In terms of defensibility, our main pointers are IP as well as our deeper integrations with platforms like Jio. This is the team. I'm the CEO. I have 8 years experience working in content gaming companies in various roles in product and business. I've built and scaled products from 0 users to 30 million plus users in less than 18 months. Anil is the CTO of Wadu, has experience building large-scale networking applications at Cisco and AI-based solutions for mobile at Samsung, which is present in 300 million devices right now. We're raising $600,000 to build out a product and scale it. 60% of that will be deployed there, 30% in marketing, which will help us to reach $1.5 million in annual recurring revenue. COVID-19 has accelerated the pace of digitization and consumption of videos online. We as a company can enable high quality video streaming even in remote areas with applications such as telemedicine, education, entertainment, and live content. Thank you. Special thanks to the JioGenNext team and headed by Ame, Weber Kumar sir and team as part of Jio, Dr. Shailesh Kumar and team to help us, and the Network 18 team to help us build and scale a product within the Jio ecosystem. Thank you.
Thanks, Ankur. Next, we have Patch. Patch enables reliable communication between consumer apps and their end users over video, chat, push notifications, and calls using IP in a secure manner. I would now like to call Sumant Mittal, founder of Patch.
Thank you, Divya, for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sumant Mittal, founder and CEO of Patch's Communications. We at Patch are a new age cloud communications technology company. The problem that we are trying to solve: businesses today have to call up their consumers either while delivering and fulfilling orders or if they are trying to sell something. But thanks to the third-party applications that end users have installed on their phones, these calls land in either of these four buckets. They can be trust issues because a third-party application might actually flag that number from the business as a scam or a fraud call, and user might not pick up. There could be user availability issues when the user is busy and he is unable to take the call. Here, the business is actually wasting time. There could be technical issues. Users today can be in a basement or inside a building and totally not reachable, which affects the order completion. There could be branding issues. If, again, thanks to the third-party applications, if a user has something installed and a business has whitelisted their CLI with this third party, they show up as not spam. This is where the branding goes for a toss, and perhaps it's not the right way to start a communication. So what's the solution? Welcome to the world of Patch. Via our SDKs, we enable in-app contextual media-rich communications. As you can see, a brand gets to retain their branding. They can show the context as to why is the call happening, so there are no trust issues because the user now knows that the call is actually coming from the business itself. Businesses can actually choose to engage their users more and show offers. Just to give you a sample use case, if somebody today misses a call because he was busy, there is no way for that user to get back to the business, to get back in touch with the business. But with our Patch SDK, the moment a user misses a call, he gets an actionable notification with options such as request a callback or start a chat. Now these options are configurable by the business. Here are our marquee customers. We power 7 million devices for Healthify.me today, and we power calls in more than 90 countries for them. They have saved 70% of their telephony cost, especially in UAE and Gulf countries as well. We power 500,000 devices for Dozee. TAT was an issue for them, and with our call landing rate of 95% plus, they're pretty happy. We do have upcoming integrations with Policybazaar, one of the biggest insurance aggregators in the country, and we are also in ongoing discussions for a possible POC at JioMeet. So what's our USP? Our USP is simple. Ours is the only single SDK which can power multiple communication channels. So there is no need to integrate multiple APIs or integrate multiple SDKs. Competition versus Patch. We take pride in saying that we are the world's lightest SDK for a solution like ours. If you compare us to the competition, their Android and iOS sizes of SDKs are 17 MB and 150 MB respectively, while ours is 250 KB and 3.7 MB. Now this is not just about the size of the SDK, this also means that we are very light on the memory and hence consume a lot less battery. Ours is a very simple integration, just 3 function calls, takes less than 5 minutes. Here's the all-star team at Patch. Cumulatively, we have almost 50 plus years of telecom experience. I personally, being the orchestrator, I have 15 plus years of experience in the telecom domain. I have worked with companies like 197, Wipro and Dell in senior positions. So what's the ask? We are looking to enhance the customer experience for all. We want to accelerate our growth path from right now that we are powering 8 million devices. We want to go ahead and power more than 100 million devices in the next 8 to 12 months. We need your help. If you run a business or know of someone who can actually make use of our services, please feel free to get in touch with us. As a special note of thanks, I would like to thank Mr. Mohit Kapoor for his guidance and for his insights on the product, and also to Ame and team for supporting us. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Sumanthu. Next, we have Vicara. Vicara provides gesture recognition and motion detection for devices like TV remotes, interactive displays, game consoles, and wearables. I would now like to invite Adarsh Warrior, co-founder of Vicara.
Hello everyone. So my name is Adarsh Warrior. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Vicara, and we primarily work in motion. Do you know what's the most commonly formed type of sensor data? It's actually motion. And there's a reason for that. From VR, gaming, even industrial purposes, motion features absolutely everywhere. I actually wanted to bring it to your attention how prevalent motion is in the industry. For example, in healthcare, you use it in fall detection, sleep monitoring. In the industry, you use it for predictive maintenance. In transport, you use it for navigation systems. Motion is absolutely everywhere. 2+ billion motion sensors were sold in 2020 alone. All those motion sensors, and somebody needs to code for it and make it meaningful. We help companies do that. For example, we use our technology in the IPL to be able to interact with live graphics using motion. We also use our technology in helmets to be able to tell your loved ones if you've crashed. In fact, we've also used a technology on e-cigarettes to be able to form a nice intuitive UI using gestures and train on the vape itself. A host of different use cases, one solution, and the solution we've built is called the Vicara Motion Engine. The Vicara Motion Engine, simply put, is a firmware stack which can be embedded into other people's technology so that they can harness the power of motion and gestures. And we're extremely proud of what we've done. 103x memory efficient and 82x processor efficient than current standards. Using motion is incredibly difficult. For example, if you do not have the Vicara Motion Engine, this is what the process looks like. It's an 11-step process, incredibly messy, and it could take months to complete. We take all of that and make it as simple as 4 steps that could be completed in hours. The value proposition is tremendous. And we enable a variety of use cases from gesture recognition to AR and VR interfacing. To put it in one sentence, we are an industry agnostic motion intelligence company, but we like to focus on consumer electronics and industrial IoT applications for now. For example, today we're working with Reliance Jio to augment the experience in smart home control, VR, productivity tracking, and safety. So for example, imagine being able to use your VR glass or AR glass using gestures. Imagine being able to track the productivity in your factories using motion analysis. And imagine being able to control your home using gestures. So what next? We've already made motion meaningful, but what if we could make it intelligent? We've also created something called the Vicara Intelligence Engine. What the Vicara Intelligence Engine does is that it helps you track motion, but not only just track, but also derive meaningful insights from intelligence. And it's the only intelligence engine of its kind. So if you have to understand it, the VME makes motion meaningful, the VI makes motion intelligent. Put them both together, and what you have is unparalleled motion intelligence in the industry unlike ever seen before. And these are not hollow claims. We have some credibility to back it. We are invested in by a UK-based Fortune 500 company, and we build solutions for billion-dollar corporations like EY, Star, British American Tobacco, and Tata Steel. We earned about 1.5 CR plus in the last 6 months by doing so. And our vision is that we want to be the standard for intelligent motion engineering in the industry. If you're thinking motion, you should probably be thinking Vicara Motion Engine. Our business model is technology licensing and platform as a service. There are 2 co-founders in this team. One is me and my co-founder Abhishek, who is the CTO. Both of us have 5+ years experience in technology, and we worked previously at a Sequoia-funded consumer electronics startup before starting up ourselves. We have a terrific set of investors, including Michael Marks, Mr. Mahesh Balla, and Mohit Gulati, all seasoned investors with terrific experience in the industry who continue to guide and mentor us. Our ask today is that we would like to connect with companies in consumer electronics, automobile, and IoT, and we would also love to connect with investors in deep tech, hardware, and artificial intelligence. My name is Adarsh, Will co-founder Vicara, and I'd like to thank everybody for listening to us today. And a special thanks to the JioGenNext team, Sabur and Kshitij from Tesseract, and Mr. Gulpreet Singh from the IoT team for helping us with the ongoing POCs. Thank you very much. Let's set things in motion.
Thanks, Adarsh. Plutomen is a remote assistant product that uses AR over mobile and tablets to empower supervisors to solve on-site engineering problems. Let's hear more on this with Keyur, co-founder of Plutomen.
Thank you, Divya. Hello, everyone. I am Keyur, co-founder and CEO with Plutomen. Plutomen empowers enterprises to improve productivity, extend workforce capability, and enhance customer satisfaction through AR-based self-assistance and remote collaboration platform. COVID-19 has brought in a lot of business process changes across industrial organizations. The travel, the movement of field service engineers are restricted and largely impacting the maintenance, repair, and operations domain across industries. This is over and above the problems which the industries are already facing, like maintaining skilled workforce or experts nearing the retiring age, or lack of digitalization of assets and processes, and even higher unexpected downtime due to technical delay or non-availability of specialized resource at that location. All the problems directly or indirectly lead to the equipment or the machine uptime, and that is where it impacts the overall top line of the industries. Introducing our product, our platform, Plutomen ARMS, which empowers the frontline workers and leverages augmented reality to enable collaboration between field service engineers and offsite employees. Here are the set of screens. You can just log in, connect, collaborate using AR-based drawing, annotations, chat over the VoIP call, and get the problem resolved. You can collaborate within the company, with the vendors, and with the customers. The platform can help you boost your productivity for remote inspection, on-the-job training, to eliminate or reduce the travel, and even for cost optimization. The organization can have up to 30% improvement in their first-time fixed rate. The training cost over a bit of time can be reduced to almost 50%, and the new hire productivity can be improved by almost 40%. We have built a complete ecosystem. So over and above the AR-based video collaboration, you have a messaging corner where you can share messages, documents, and have chatbot integration. You have 3D workflow instructions for installations, troubleshooting, and on-the-floor support. You have knowledge bank where you can access your training videos, and you can even record your inspection and troubleshooting videos into it. When we talk about our target segment, on one side we have equipment manufacturers like heavy engineering, packaging, medical, aviation, etc. On the other side we have utility players like telecom, power, oil and gas, etc., where we try to focus. Based on the target segment, our addressable market size in India currently is at around 450 crores, and globally it is at around $25 billion. It is projected to be at $130 billion by 2025. In India, we have competition from Vuforia Chalk, and outside India, we have Athir, Taxi, Scope AR as few of our competitors. They have raised funds in a range of around $21 to $35 million across 3 to 5 rounds. Here are few of the customers where we have done our pilots and are in discussion for further commercialization. Here I would also like to extend my special thanks to the complete JioGenNext team, and special also thanks to Mr. Rajesh Uppal Amol from Reliance Retail, and Mr. N.C. Chakrabarti and Priyank Shukla from the Smart Manufacturing RIL. Our revenue model is subscription based, wherein our pricing ranges from 20 to 25 USD per user per month. Our annual customer value is from USD 1,000 to $20,000 or more, even depending upon number of users and use cases. We upsell the advanced features and custom integrations. Our team is a mix of complementary skill sets, with I focusing on business development and finance, Hiren focusing on product development and research, and Ravi focusing on AR designs and workflows. Our platform is currently available on Android, iOS, and web. We're launching on smart AR glasses by December, and we intend to make our platform ready for marketplace with SDK availability for further penetration into the market. We are planning to expand to North America, UK, Europe, and Japan next year. We are looking to raise seed capital of 2.5 CR, which will give us a runway of 9 to 12 months to focus on customer traction and build our sales team. Inviting investors and strategic partners who believe in our vision to join us in this journey and ride the wave with us. Thank you so much.
Up next, we have Gamlite. Gamlite optimizes images and videos in real time for bringing down the cost of bandwidth and CDN for OTT players. I would now like to invite Aditya Patadia, co-founder of Gamlite.
Good morning, everyone. We are Team Gamlite. We have expertise in optimizing high-quality media delivered at low bandwidth. There is interesting phenomena on the web in the last 8 years. Mobile internet speed has increased multifold, but at the same time, mobile paid load times have also increased. The reason for this increase is because there is the media is becoming a big part of the web, and images take for more than 80% of a typical web page. Now, this slow speed actually hurts business because the page size is huge. It affects conversions. At the same time, Google is pushing for a Web Vital update in 2021, which will punish any web pages which are more than 2.5 seconds of page load time. Now, ideally, everybody should optimize the media, right? But optimizing media is actually really hard. There are hundreds of different web pages, device sizes. There are tens of different browsers and operating systems and plethora of formats, which results in a lot of headache for development team for optimizing media files. We have identified this problem at Gamlite, and we solved it like a magic. With just two line of code deployment, and there is no pipeline change required. We deliver optimized media formats for all the different browsers, all the operating systems, and every screen sizes. This automation actually brings in a lot of business benefits as well. For example, any competitor integration or any in-house integration might take months to deploy, and at the same time still will not deliver optimization benefits that we do. On top of that, there is no maintenance required once Gamlite is integrated, even in future if any website or layout changes happen. Due to this, we are serving to more than 5,000 global customers right now, and some of our top Indian publishers include Your Story and Bloomberg Quint, and some of the top e-commerce companies include Wadu, Guess Jeans, and Mothercare. We are also able to, due to JioGenNext, we are also able to integrate with all three digital business of Reliance Group. We are live with many of Reliance retail brands. We are going to optimize Jio Cinema's image and video delivery pipeline for all of their devices, right from smartphone to TV screens. And we are also integrating with all 20 properties of Network 18 team. I'm really thankful for Sohan sir in the Reliance retail, Mr. Ronak in Fine team, Mr. Dhanraj Wade in Network 18 team, and Mr. Vaibhav in Jio Cinema team for facilitate this. We are following a proven GTM approach for SaaS growth to grow globally. We already launched our affiliate and influencer platforms. We are investing heavily in content marketing and SEO, and we are going to establish teams in inside sales to increase our ARPU and go up market. We are touching more than 17 million users every single day right now, and our revenue grew by more than 400% in last 6 months. Our targeted market is huge. Right now, we are serving news publishers in e-commerce, which already itself is a huge market. With video delivery product, we are going to target OTT players, online streaming, and educational tech players in future. We are looking for $1 million funding to scale this SaaS product globally. This funding will help us improve our video delivery and analytics products, and also help us establish marketing channels for our image delivery product. I am Aditya Patadia, co-founder and CEO. I am author of world's most popular PHP image research library. My previous startup was acquired by a London-based company in 2015. Divyesh has helped us scale our previous startup to 150K ARR and he has also helped scale Gamlite to 100K ARR in less than 9 months. Yash is bringing deep product expertise, working at companies like Yahoo, and he is going to lead our product such a way that it becomes enterprise ready for video delivery. And Rajiv has been our long-time advisor. We are building a media delivery pipeline for the increasingly media hungry world. And if you want to be part of our journey, please reach out to us. At last but not least, I am also thanking the JioGenNext team and Amay and his team to giving us the opportunity for presenting us today. Thank you.
Aditya. Up next, we have Aiken Labs. Aiken is a self-serve product to remotely monitor, manage, and securely access edge devices and applications such as EVs and surveillance cameras. I would now like to call Siddharth Manod, co-founder of Aiken Labs.
Okay. Thanks, Divya. I hope I'm audible and the screen is also visible well. Good morning, all. I'm Siddharth, a co-founder at this company called Aiken Lab. Let me start with our story. As you could see on the right-hand side, Chetan and Pranay are doing a deployment on a precision agriculture farm for these IoT devices, predominantly edge devices. Now, the deployment was quite easy, but what was challenging was the operational part of it. Every other day, the customer used to call us to say that things are not working, and we have to run to the field to fix up either system problems, network problems, or application problems. The major challenges for these deployment, these sort of IoT edge deployments it's a completely multi-vendor system. Your sensor nodes come from a different vendor, your gateways come from different vendor, applications are from different company, and that the network is from different provider. How do you manage all these completely multi-vendor systems? There's no IT staff to monitor all these things. Unlike the data centers where there's an admin deployed to check out things, to check out the network part of it, the power part of these data centers and servers and applications, there's no IT staff in these IoT edge deployments. It's completely remotely deployed. So that means there are definitely the power issues, network issues, and the upgrades are as well unreliable. There's no way to reliably upgrade all these devices on field. And that's what Aiken is solving for. So it's a SaaS solution for companies to manage, monitor, securely access and upgrade IoT edge devices at scale. And we work across the horizon of IoT gateways, smart retail, vending machines, edge servers, e-vehicles, connected vehicles, surveillance, computer vision applications, machine vision, and the robotics arms. Now, if you look across all these applications, right, what is unique about all of them? They would be running on a different hardware and operating system, and would be running different applications. So, computer vision application or use case would be running applications to detect faces, to detect masks. Or a connected vehicle would be running applications to navigate the end users. But what is common across all these use cases, right? Once deployed on field at scale, everyone has to look forward for privacy and security. They have to make sure that they are able to remotely access these edge devices. They are able to monitor the applications, the networks, the systems altogether, and they are able to reliably upgrade the edge devices, maybe with configurations or with a complete firmware. And that's what I can solve. The middle part is what I can solve, so that your go-to market becomes much more faster. Let's take a use case of a computer vision, as I mentioned earlier as well. Automatic number plate detection is a very classic example, right? Now, a company who is deploying, who's doing this automatic number plate detection has deployed hundreds or thousands of these devices on field, which consist of a camera, edge processing unit, doing the automatic number plate detection. Now, the challenges which this company face is that they don't even know, the operation team don't even know which of my cameras are working or not. Are they sending the frames at the right speed or not? Is my applications on these edge processing devices working fine or not? Are the resource consumed properly or not? Is the bandwidth, the network bandwidth is good enough or not? And that's what Aiken is solving for them at scale. With these screenshots or with this platform which you can see, right? We help them to get the complete uptime of their devices, how many are up, down, why exactly are they down? A complete health profiling of each of their sites is being done by us. And it means to an end customer that their application times increases a lot. Now they are able to monitor the performance of these applications, these resource intensive applications running on these edge devices. And at the same time, the operational cost also decreases. They don't have to send a person on the site to fix up issues. It can be completely remotely managed. And we are talking a very big market size here. Almost Gartner predicts that almost 75% of the industry data, enterprise data, will be computed on the edge and not on cloud and data center, which makes it to 75 million edge devices deployed by 2025, making almost a worth of $150 billion of devices. The business model is quite simple. As mentioned earlier, it's a SaaS model. And for us, an ideal customer would roughly have 500 devices. And we charge them on an average $2 per device per month, making ARR of $12,000 with the customer acquisition cost of $5,000. A pretty straightforward business model. The companies which we work with are also increasing day by day. We started with connected vehicle, works with companies like Ather and Gojek. For them, we help them. We help solve the complete upgrade and monitoring of their vehicles on road. At present, monitoring more than 8,000 devices on field. And this is the team who's doing it or making it possible. Chetan, the CEO and the co-founder of this company, an industry veteran, ISC Bangalore, pass out, worked with multiple MNCs like Cisco, Alcatel-Lucent. Chetan, the CTO, again, having more than 16 years of experience, a senior tech lead in Alcatel-Lucent when he started. Aiken and myself, Siddharth, taking care of customer acquisitions. And again, alumni of Cisco, and also started another company called Pioneer, which got exited. So we all come from networking and system backgrounds. We understand embedded systems very well. And here we are looking out to raise around 400K, which will help us again to build a very good R&D team for this product. The reason being, like, the whole sales and marketing for such type of deep tech product would be predominantly driven by the product itself. And that's the reason the R&D essentially takes us too much of cost factor. And then again, we need to build up the complete marketing funnel and marketing and sales thing, lead generation funnel, so that the rest of the amount goes into sales and marketing. If you are interested, I would very happy to be connected with you, maybe from the business perspective or from the investment perspective. Thank you. This is Siddharth. At the end, I would definitely like to thank Amay and the team, Divya and George, essentially for organizing this whole session very well, and along with this, Kulpreet from the IoT team, a special thanks to him to mentor us across our way during the program. Thank you very much.
Siddharth. Up next, we have Taskmon. Taskmon provides tools that help in data annotation and labeling for lower cost and improving quality of data for data science and data engineering teams. I would now like to call Chetan, co-founder of Taskmon.
Hello and welcome. I am Chetan, co-founder of Taskmon. Taskmon is an enterprise data labeling platform for data science teams looking to develop AI models. We started 2 years ago and we have delivered 44 million tasks to date, with a current rate being around 3 million tasks per month. We are bootstrapped and we are growing using customer revenues. So why do we exist? Enterprises today have massive amounts of data, and they want to use this data to develop AI models to generate value for their customers. But there is a gap. The data which enterprises have cannot directly be used to develop AI models. First, the data has to be labeled, and then the labeled data can be used to develop models. But data labeling is a human effort intensive process, and reports suggest that as much as 25% of an AI project time is spent on data labeling. Also, data labeling is foundational for creating successful AI. Without labeled data, the computing power and algorithms, the other two pillars of AI, become redundant. For enterprises, the criticality, the time and effort required to do data labeling is magnified manyfold, because they have multiple labeling projects, multiple use cases, multiple data types, and multiple labeling teams to deal with. All these have a compounding effect on labeling budget. We built Taskmon to overcome this problem. We have enterprises on one side which have raw data, and we have labeling teams on the other side which can give you label data. Taskmon sits right in the middle, and we can optimize the conversion of raw data to label data. For one of our customers, we have lowered the price per label by 26%. We manage their entire labeling team, and we also reduced their cycle time from 3 days to 1 day. On Taskmon, we optimize the conversion of raw to label data using 3 levers. First is labeling optimization, where we increase speed of human labeling using proprietary task allocation algorithms and AI. Next is workflow optimization. Here, we are actually like a low-code application platform which enables enterprises to configure workflows and UI for any use case within 1 hour. In process optimization, we optimize the quality of the label dataset. We have a number of pre-built quality control flows. You can also configure rules to generate the quality assessment samples. And you can also error-proof the entire labeling process. But why now? We believe that enterprises are just starting out on their AI journeys, and AI is poised to become a general purpose technology. And in the future, the competitive edge for enterprises is going to be the label dataset. This is going to create a massive opportunity for data labeling. Already, there's a nascent data labeling industry developing in India, just like how the BPO industry was in the mid to late 90s. As an analogy, if data is the new oil, then data labeling is the refinery of the future. Coming to the market opportunity, we have used a bottom-up approach. We extracted the total number of CXOs of data science from LinkedIn and also used survey data to get a labeling budget. Put together, this gives you a $19 billion market. Our revenue model is quite simple. We make money in 2 scenarios. If an enterprise uses the platform, then they pay a usage fee. We charge by labeling hour and on a pay-as-you-go model. If an enterprise chooses the integrated labeling service, then they pay the platform usage fee plus 10% of payout to a labeling partner. For distribution, we use labeling teams as channel partners, and we also use LinkedIn to generate direct sales. We currently generate $23,000 per month as revenue. This is our ask. To reach 1.2 million ARR, we are looking for an 18-month financing of $750,000. The money is going to be used for product development, sales, marketing, and general administration. Meet our team. Collectively, we have built enterprise products, sold startups, scaled companies, filed patents, and built highly reliable, low latency technology for telecom networks. Thank you. Before I leave, I would like to thank the entire JioGenNext team, and in particular, Dr. Shailesh Kumar and Balakrishna sir from the AI COE, Shankar sir from the Jio Voice Assistant team, Swapan from Haptic, and Pandurang Nayak from Network 18. Thank you.
Thanks, Chetan. Up next, we have Legistify. Legistify is a full-fledged litigation management system and legal services marketplace for large enterprises and SMBs. I would like to call Akshat Singhal, co-founder of Legistify.
Hi, Divya. Thanks a lot for the lovely introduction. Good morning, everyone. This is Akshat from Legistify. I'm the founder and CEO of this legal technology company called Legistify. What we do is we're a SaaS-enabled marketplace for enterprise and mid-market companies. These are some of our early customers that you see on the screen. In just the last 1.5 to 2 years, we managed to sort of get 7,000 plus verified lawyers on the platform with a code coverage of over 5,000. We're present across 300 plus cities. We've got 25 plus customers and a 450K plus ARR. This is what our team looks like. So we've got an overall team of about 15 people. There's me, who's a graduate from BITS Pilani. I'm a lawyer in making. My co-founder Prateek is a National Law School graduate. He's got 10 plus years of experience working as a corporate lawyer. And then we've got Sunny, who's a computer science graduate from IIIT Gwalior, and he's the one who takes care of our product. Talking directly about the problem statement that we're trying to solve. Legal matters which essentially form about 40 to 60% of a company's portfolio. These are being fully managed and handled by individual lawyers, in-house legal teams. There are specific pain points that we're trying to solve here in terms of discovery of the right lawyer. There's a lot of inability in finding the right lawyer within a restricted turnaround time. There's a lot of restrictions on the right pricing. There's no meaningful technology for a hassle-free monitoring, tracking, management of your entire legal portfolio. With Legistify, what we propose is a sustainable legal marketplace for legal teams of all sizes. We make tracking effective by providing an enterprise legal management solution for matter management, discovery of new cases, other workflows enhancements to our enterprise customers. We've also got an ML-powered network of 7,000 plus pre-verified lawyers with us. By using data of over 100 million historical cases, we basically profile out each and every lawyer that gets registered on the platform and help you discover the right one. We also standardize pricing and gives you a lot of leverage in terms of restricting your overall corporate legal budget. These are some of the key features that you see on your screen. We've automated litigation, so we leverage a lot of automation in terms of managing litigation, IPR, there are case alerts for new cases. There's an entire life cycle of legal notices that we have. There's a contract lifecycle management module which is in making. There's an entire data set of 100 million historical cases that we use from over 5,000 courts, which help us verify and profile out every single lawyer on actual data parameters. This is what the vision of Legistify looks like. So if you're an enterprise legal team and if you've got something on the litigation and non-litigation side, the idea for us is to provide you with an end-to-end legal enablement. So for example, if there's a new litigation which comes out, which is of course something which is being discovered from our tool, we let you decide the outcome, we let you look at a possible outcome using an AI prediction tool that we're making. You would then further decide whether to pursue a litigation or not. If you want to pursue a litigation, then we provide you on the very tool itself, ML-based profiling of registered lawyers. So you could pick up a lawyer, then you could further engage the lawyer, get the entire thing automatically tracked. There's an entire complete matter management that you have, and that's how we close the entire loop. In terms of the business model, as I told you, we're a SaaS-enabled marketplace, so there's a standard subscription SaaS fee, monthly subscription charges that we take for the SaaS tool, and there's a per-case handling fee that we charge whenever a new matter is registered or given to us through our marketplace services. The market in this is quite huge as far as our estimates. I mean, there are over 15,000 enterprises who are struggling in managing their legal work effectively. It's been growing at an over 10% CAGR. The addressable market that we see us trying to cater to is about $1.5 billion odd, wherein over 30% of the entire $5 billion that is the overall market is being spent on external lawyers, managing outsourced work, and a lot of such things. In terms of a growth trajectory, we've been growing every month pre-COVID, and fortunately, after a small halt during COVID, we've managed to sort of come back to our pre-COVID numbers. In terms of competition, we take pride in saying that our model is essentially quite different to all the others that you would see in the market. So we work on a SaaS-enabled marketplace, which is something that the others don't do. There are people on the pure play SaaS side or a pure play market size. The idea for us is to leverage technology as defined in the vision slide to basically ensure that we leverage technology at every touch point to make the entire process hassle-free for our end user. We're looking for a $500,000 US capital fund base, which would essentially be used in expanding our technology levers, technology engagement levers, which would last us for about 18 months. And the other part of it, other bulk of it would be used in sales and operations, which would help us achieve a 200 plus corporate clientele with a 3 million plus ARR. In the end, I would like to thank the entire JioGenNext team, specifically Amay, Divya, George, a special mention to Mr. Siddharth Dani from the RIL ecosystem. All of the sessions were amazing, and we're walking away with lifelong full of journey. So I think thanks very much for that.
Lastly, we have Dozee. Dozee converts any bed into a step-down ICU for remote vitals monitoring and alerts. I would now like to invite Mudit, co-founder of Dozee.
Hi everyone, I am Mudit, CEO, co-founder of Dozee. So in this current pandemic situation, right, I think two of the major biggest problems which were highlighted were that one, that the number of ICU beds available in the market in the hospitals were very low. And secondly, while we were separated by distances, the families, the anxiety that how each one of us is doing on a day-to-day basis became a big problem. and Dozee actually provided a solution to both of these. So Dozee is our proprietary technology, a thin sheet of sensor that goes under the mattress and converts any bed into a smart bed by monitoring different body vitals like heart rate, respiration, cardiac contractions, blood pressure, stress and recovery, myocardial performance index. We already have CE and CDSCO certifications. We are in hospitals, and we are also in a process of getting international certifications like FDA, HIPAA, ISO 13485 as well. Not just it collects all this information, the entire information is then transmitted over Wi-Fi to a remote desktop where the clinicians, hospitals can easily monitor health of hundreds of patients from a single dashboard screen, and can also set up alerts. Something like if heart rate goes down, a person gets a direct SMS and email. Now that is a life-saving feature. In fact, we also provide our API and SDK support in which they can also integrate this to their EHR systems as well. The technology is used by top hospitals, more than 30 hospitals that we have on our platform. It is proven more than 98.4% accurate compared to medical grade devices. When I'm talking medical grade devices, these are ECGs, 2D Doppler echo, RIP bands, and the studies are conducted on more than 5,000 patients in places like NIMHANS, Jayadeva Institute, and so on. We have 4 patents against our name, and we have published 5 research papers in top research journals, and many others are in pipeline. The biggest difference that Dozee brings is that it very easily fits in the lives of user. So this thin sheet of sensor, all that you need to do is just place it under the mattress. It connects to the Wi-Fi, and then entire data is available on the dashboard. It is 20 times cheaper than the available solution. There are no consumables, moving parts, or maintenance which is required. It makes the entire healthcare very easy, and in that way making it accessible and affordable as well. We already have more than 30 healthcare providers who use Dozee as their platform to give higher care to their patients, both in hospitals as well as in wards. We have more than 5,000 users who are using Dozee at their homes. More than 100 instances there have been where Dozee has proven life-saving by giving the preemptive alerts of diminishing heart rates, respiration rate, and other vitals as well. In fact, in this entire COVID pandemic situations as well, we were able to help many hospitals convert regular beds into step-down ICU, helping more than 7,000 patients in COVID care units, stadiums, hotels, and even at homes as well. In our deployments, our partners found that Dozee was extremely helpful because it was very easy to deploy, as well as it reduced the exposure of healthcare staff to the infection from the patients, and thereby also automating a lot of their workflow and making the care very efficient. In fact, even in home settings as well, there were many instances, one which is highlighted over here, in which user found that by Dozee alert, they could identify that there was an arrhythmia event, and because it was kind of detected early and a pacemaker was installed for the person, it could prove life-saving in that case. It's led by an expert team and backed by industry leader. We also have 30 very strong 30-member team coming from places like Apple, Oracle, PwC, BCG, and very aptly supported by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, BIRAC, ACT, JioGenNext, and Qualcomm. In fact, just to highlight how simple and easy and accessible we make healthcare, which is our vision, is you can see in this picture, this is general hospitals in remotest of villages and public health centers, where Dozee is providing highest grade of care, even in a very low resource settings as well. We recently raised $1.7 million to scale up our business from Prime Ventures, YourNest, and 314 Capital. And we are looking for partner to create an even deeper impact. We are looking for people who want to give a better care at home, in post-op care, in wards, And we are open to partner with more and more healthcare institutions who would like to take this revolution that we are trying to build to make healthcare more accessible to billions of Indians and even beyond. Closing, I would just like to thank the entire JioGenNext team led by Amay, Divya, George, the amazing mentors in Ashish, Dr. Rajesh, and the entire host of speakers who just gave a brilliant series of lectures. And I think, as many of us mentioned, it is a lifelong lesson that we learned here at Jio. Thanks a lot.